Hello, and
Welcome.
welcome to
Alternate
Fucking
Casuals.
What makes you
fucking
casual?
it don't matter.
What you know,
Fucking
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Whew. Ultimate effing casuals, we're back up in your ears. My fellow casuals we've assembled. Nathan, Isaac, how goes it?
It goes.
Dude. Yeah. Hype.
Yeah, this is going to be a busy one that we're going to be talking about here. Without further ado, we're going to do boxing first, just boxing B-sides, the homeboys over there. We're going to talk a little boxing here. Alexander Usyk stops Daniel Dubois in 5 to reunify the heavyweight division. Usyk is him. However you define him, Usyk is him. He is that guy. He's really fucking good. It's absurd how good he is.
Yeah. It's like what? I mean, we were talking about this, in comparison, like whenever Ilya fought and KO'd Charles Oliveira. Man, Usyk is special, man. Like generational, special, whatever crazy adjective you want to use to describe him. But man, he is a really, really special fighter. And this performance just sort of, at 38 years old, fighting someone, Dubois is like 28 or something like that?
Mid-20s.
Yeah. I mean, he makes it look so easy, like effortless as well. I mean, he's probably one of the best boxing minds in boxing history. I mean, just the way he like methodically breaks you down, it's insane, man. This dude is one of, if not the best boxer I've ever seen in my life.
All-timer.
He's absolutely like the perfect blend of styles, because typically when we think of the cerebral boxer like Hopkins or Mayweather, they're typically an outboxer that as good and talented as they are, a little less appealing sometimes on the eyes because it's hit and not get hit, and they're perfect at it. Whereas Usyk, he does actually blend his IQ with like, I'm going to knock you out. And the fact that even like you said, at 38, he still looks like he's even getting better. Like if he goes 12 rounds with you, or he went like, I think 10 with Dubois last time around, it's like he picked up right where he left off, and he's like, oh, I know how I can get you even quicker now, and I'm going to use that information to knock you out. And it's absolutely what you want to see from the heavyweight champion of the world. He's fighting the best. He didn't need to take this fight to secure his legacy, but now that he's done it, you have like someone who's totally undeniable. Like there's nothing you could say against this guy. Like cruiserweight undisputed, 2-time heavyweight undisputed. His best rivals, he beat them all twice. Like, across generations, like there may not be a better heavyweight. Yeah. Like he is in that top 3 of all time in heavyweight, and probably even beyond.
Yeah, like I said, we're witnessing an all-timer right now. That was just fucking masterclass. Even though it ended in a quick knockout, still just supreme. All-time cruiserweight, for whatever that counts. All-time heavyweight, like top 5 heavyweights of all time. I don't think I'm being too hyperbolic here.
No, dude, he's special, man. It's like so weird as well, because like it's very like aesthetically pleasing as well whenever you're watching him. Like, I mean, he's like slipping these shots or like rolling with them whenever he does get hit, or like just in time, like putting his guard up. I mean, Dubois was trying to land that right hand like consistently throughout the night, but he's just so like smart. Like, I mean, it's like, this is one of the best boxing minds I think I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, I've been watching boxing. I mean, not for a crazy man, but like ever since I was like 7, 8 years old, I've been watching boxing for some time, and it's wild seeing him, man. He's just like astoundingly good. Like watching him fight, it's insane.
I think the funniest compliment I've ever heard paid to Usyk was when RGF, this was years ago, he said that Usyk is the guy that people thought Loma would be. Like that's
Yeah, true. It's
what
true.
the Loma fanboys like said, and I mean, I'm talking to myself here. I love Loma, but the type of talent we thought and projected about him, Usyk is all of that and more, and at heavyweight, going up divisions to beat guys.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I mean, there's probably not much of them, but like if you're an Usyk hater, man, it's a rough life, man. Because I mean, this dude, like, he's unstoppable, seemingly unstoppable. I mean, capturing Olympic gold. I mean, his run at cruiserweight. I mean, he pretty much killed the division. It's still suffering because of what he did to that division. And then, like, at heavyweight, he's just completely massacred the division as well. I mean, I was reading something about how, you know, since he started his heavyweight run, he has defeated 6 UK fighters. And it's like the time, you know, he's beat Anthony Joshua twice. He's beat Tyson Fury twice. Now he's beat Dubois twice. And this is like, it's multi-generational too, because like, I mean, Dubois is part of the younger generation of heavyweights. And he's just completely made it look easy. It's insane, man.
You know what's kind of like crazy to think about is like there's an argument that Chisora was the UK guy that gave him the hardest fight of all of them.
Right.
That's
Which
coming
that's
from
a little
his
tongue in
mouth.
cheek, but oh wait,
That's
Usyk said that?
Yeah, Usyk has like verbatim said that in
Oh my
interviews
gosh.
that Chisora was his hardest fight at heavyweight. And whether you want to like attribute that to like, you know, he was adjusting to the division or what, but it was. I mean, he took him to decision. I mean, you know, Chisora was working. I mean, he was having trouble with the weight or what. I mean, whatever you want to say, but it, like, visually, it was the hardest fight he had. I mean, and it is hilarious. I mean, that's definitely a win for Team Chisora.
An interesting point that Shanada brought up once when we were talking about Usyk. So I don't even remember how long ago this was, but is consider guys like Manny or Oscar De La Hoya like 6, 8 multi-division champions, and like that's like a really big accolade. Whereas guys like size like Usyk, he can only go up 2. When you look at like the weight jumps of his opponents, is that not, would that not be like a multi-division champ? Like Tyson Fury's like 280 pounds. Anthony Joshua's like 260, 250. Like there's levels to how big the heavyweights are, and Usyk fought them all. I think that it should be looked at as a multi-divisional win for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's beaten Titan weights.
Yep.
He's beaten Titan weights. Yeah, it's absurd. I honestly, I mean, I was looking at like the heavyweight rankings now, like immediately after this win. I was like, man, is there like anyone that can beat him? And dude, there's no one.
Nope.
I feel like there's no one. Like I was talking about as well, like, you know, discussing who could even beat him, like even going back in time. And I was like thinking like Wilder, maybe. I mean, just because he has the punch factor, and like not Wilder now, obviously, but like back then, like prime Wilder, like, you know, 2018-ish, Wilder, yeah, Bronze Bomber, you know, Merkin, Brazil or whatever. I mean, like that type of Bronze Bomber. Just because, I mean, even if he hits you in the guard, I mean, you're gonna feel it, you know. And he has like that puncher's chance. I mean, if he touches you, it's the touch of death. If he touches you, you're probably gone. But man, it's I don't know, man. I don't think there's anyone that beats this dude. He has said, like, you know, in the post-fight interview, it sort of sounded like retirement-ish type of talk. But then he said, you know, he called out the likes of Fury, Joshua. I think he even mentioned Chisora again.
Joseph Parker.
Yeah, Joseph Parker. So I'm not sure. I know in previous interviews he said he'd come back to do one more fight. But I'm not sure exactly his plans. But even if he retires now, I mean, and he could have retired 2 fights ago. Even this is an incredible legacy he's left behind.
Yeah, and to Isaac's point, like thinking about who could actually win against Usyk at this point, you know, funnily enough, there's only one guy in mind that I had, and he was in the ring in the post fight, Jakey Paul.
Good
No,
old
but-
Jake.
That was,
But for-
that face.
For real though, if Usyk does actually fight again, the only one I would actually be desiring to see would be Joseph Parker, because Parker has actually done everything to deserve a title shot, and he's actually good.
Yeah.
If it's, I mean, I'll watch if he's fighting Jake Paul in some BS fake MMA thing, or if it ends up being like a crossover fight with Alex Pereira, like Usyk himself has mentioned that. But just seeing the legacy he's built for himself, Joseph Parker beating him, a lot less glamorous in the moment, but looking back in history, knowing he truly beat everyone he could at both cruiserweight and heavyweight, like that's a much greater legacy than, you know, some circus fight.
It's the cherry on top to beat Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to, but if he did, it would be nice. As
Yeah.
of,
Dude, I don't know
speaking
if you-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys saw, but like, Turkey put out a tweet talking about how like if he could make the next matchup for Usyk, that he would like to see Usyk versus Moses Atama next. And that's like, man, like, first of all, I don't think that fight should happen, because I think Atama is like too young. Like, yes, he is good, but like the gap in experience between Usyk and Atama at this point is just, I mean, you're crossing an ocean at that point. But if it did get made, I mean, I was thinking about this. That would have been like 3 generations of UK fighters that Usyk would have wiped. And like that would do a crazy amount of damage to the UK heavyweight scene, because like he's beaten Fury twice, Dubois twice, he beat Chisora, he beat Anthony Joshua twice. And if he manages to beat like the UK's best heavyweight prospect, the dude who they think is going to take over next, Usyk gets a win over him too, man. It's a crazy damage to the UK heavyweight scene.
Literally salting the earth behind him.
Yeah, scorched
That's like
earth type stuff.
that's
Yeah.
generational trauma. That's like I don't know if you guys follow college football that often, but like SMU getting the death penalty from the NCAA and being gone for like 40 years from relevance.
And that would be insane. I mean, part of me, like, I don't want to see that, because I do think Thomas too young. But part of me sort of does want to see it, because, like, man, that would be hilarious if Usyk manages to do that and like just like completely shatters, like,
Their hopes,
I mean,
hopes and
the
dreams.
UK, yeah, like Atama is good, and like Usyk beating him would just be insane. 3 different generations of British heavyweights, just like eradicated.
Is there actually another boxer that we can compare? Like that, just the mark of a truly great fighter is you beat the old generation, you beat your peers, and then you beat the new generation. Typically, you don't beat the new generation. Like, and Usyk technically has the opportunity to do that. Like, how many other boxers out there are even in that discussion where they're like, oh yeah, I beat the guys that came up behind me and had real potential?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, like Pacquiao probably,
Pacquiao
but
beating
like
Thurman, Mayweather.
Oh,
beating
that was
Canelo.
that was a crazy win. Yeah, that was a crazy win. I'm trying to think, but Usyk, I mean, he's actually like, I don't know, man. It just feels different with Usyk. I don't know. I think, especially after the Dubois one, I mean, he was already like pretty high up on some conversations, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to seriously think about it, because I think he's like shot up. You know, and when we're talking about all-time conversations, I think he's shot up.
Last thing, I was hoping, I don't know, maybe it won't be. Just thinking as like a fan of Usyk, I was thinking he could do Jake Paul and then retire, just so he could get a big payout and then ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, that fight would be hilarious, just for the fact that like Jake Paul, like, you know, when we always say like, you know, it's boxing, there's a chance, you know, you could get hit with something. You know, see, there's genuinely a 0.00% chance Jake Paul wins that fight. Usyk just would be, I mean, we're talking about someone that, you know, he's coming up from cruiserweight. The only like real question to his campaign at heavyweight was, you know, will he have power? Will he be able to resist the shots? But now you're putting him against Jake Paul, who's smaller and obviously like worse than he is. I mean, that's as gimmick gets. But yeah, I mean, big payday.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to get paid. Speaking of getting paid, Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. Before we get to that, Sebastian Fundora over Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu retired at the end of the 7th. He just didn't want to continue. Is this like live to fight another day, or is this like a bitch made sort of move? What do you guys think?
Dude, I think it's a bad sign, and it confirms what I thought of Tim post the Mortasalia fight. It confirms, like, I mean, he's just like sort of like mentally shot. I don't know. They were asking him questions in between rounds, you know, like, where are you? Are you okay? And he just was not answering. So I'm not sure if he was just like severely concussed, you know, and his corner just thought to pull him out or whatever. But yeah, I think he's probably done at the elite level. You know, it was sort of weird as well because, like, what was it, in round 7 or whatever the round was before the corner stopped it, he was actually doing like really nice work. I mean, he was touching Fundora up. You know, obviously he had been down in the first round. He got knocked down pretty hard. But like the fight was a war, man. I mean, they were trading. Tim was landing nice on Fundora. That right hand was slipping through like multiple times. Fundora was rocked. I mean, he looked good, but I mean, I guess it was just too much. I mean, if you want to talk about like PTSD in a fight, it was potentially that's what it was.
Think he's broken?
Yeah, I mean, dude, maybe.
He does seem like
he's been in wars.
He does have like punch drunk type symptoms, where like he's going through the motions, but I mean he consistently is eating really bad punches and having very poor reactions to them. Like the body just shuts off and he goes down. And it's really such a shame because, you know, remember back, you know, only a few years ago when it looked like Tim was going to fight Jermall Charlo, and that was going to be the biggest fight at 154 pounds. And I mean, like, maybe knowing what we know now, I mean, you probably would have had to definitely pick Charlo in that fight. But I mean, there was significant hype around that fight, and it unfortunately never came to fruition.
Yeah. It's a wild end to a career, man. I mean, he's was it post the Mendoza fight? Was that the one prior to Fundora? What was the one he had right before Fundora?
Yeah, he beat the piss out of Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, like, especially around that time, hype was really, really high around Tim Tszyu. But yeah, man, that, I don't know if the cut on the forehead or on the top of the head, that's what really just sent everything downhill. Just never really got going after the. But yeah, but I would say this as well. Like, I mean, to his credit as well, like Fundora did look slightly better than their first fight. Like, I mean, he's using his height and his range a little bit better now. His striking looks a little bit more clean, but he still gets hit, man. I feel like, you know, he goes against, you know, these other dogs at 154, Virgil. You know, we got Boots coming up now too. I feel like Fundora gets laid out by one of them.
Fuck. Speaking of who I hoped, no, I didn't hope he got laid out. I bungled that transition. Moving on to Mario Barrios gets a draw with Manny Pacquiao. Draw ? Did Manny do enough to win? Because a lot of people think he did. Or was it nostalgia?
It did seem probably like nostalgia. Like, there's no way. I mean, and not without good reason. Pacquiao's been robbed a few times before of wins, and so it's kind of just ingrained that any decision against him is probably not right, unless it's like an Ugas fight situation. But I mean, I have to admit, like, you know, we talked down this fight in the lead up. It is crazy how fit he still is, and how like that was a worthy fight. Like, it is kind of strange that a guy I mean, surely it's steroids, but we'll look past it if it is the case. But the fact that he's even doing it at 47 at that level is pretty insane. But at the same time, like, Barrios, what on earth are you doing? I saw a comment when I was going back over the replays and everything, and someone said the good thing about Barrios is that he's respectful. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's probably about the only good thing that Barrios has going for him after this fight. Because, I mean, he had opportunities to. There's no way you should be dropping that many rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds to a 47-year-old. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Tinfoil hat. What if he was carrying him?
Ooh, too much respect for
buy
his
it.
hero.
Yeah, he didn't want to put a beating on him because, like, he's almost 50.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think he was carrying him. Like, he was getting lit up. There's a few moments he even looked like a little bit stunned. Yeah, dude, it was a terrible performance. I mean, we had already like talked about him being like by far the weakest champion at 147.
Absolutely.
Like he's managed to secure some pretty big paydays. First with Tank, and now with Pacquiao. I mean, he's for how much talent he actually has. I'd say he's had a pretty successful career. But man, he's not good, man. He like Norman Jr. murders him. Stanionis murders him. Like in an actual fight. It's actually like he's by far the worst fighter in this division. Dude, I'm gonna be real. Even if someone like Rolly Romero comes up, I mean, I'd probably favor Rolly in a fight against Barrios. If I'm being real. But yeah, this was a wild performance. I mean, Manny Pacquiao obviously is a generational fighter, and like no one is disputing that. But he's 46 years old. Like age is a factor. Like you can't beat age. Yes, he was. Nathan mentioned it. He was absolutely juiced up. But we'll let it slide because he's a legend.
He's old,
but we'll let it slide. It's leveling the playing field slightly. Yeah. I mean, for his age, he didn't gas. His speed was like somewhat still there. Unk gave it a good shot. I had it like 7-5, Manny. But it was close. I mean, I don't think anyone should be screaming robbery or anything like that. But I mean, the biggest takeaway I got from this was just that Mario Barrios is like turbo ass. Turbo ass. Yeah.
Turbo ass.
Yeah.
That's a good place to leave it because turbo ass is what he is. Really quickly, Jesse Bam Rodriguez stops Pumelele Kafu to unify 2 of the 4 major titles. Just another awesome performance from Bam.
To be expected, yeah. Kafu, man, his back was glued to the ropes that entire fight.
Yeah.
He could do nothing. I'm excited for his next fight, though. Bam versus Puma. I think that should be a good fight, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it's a very good career for Bam so far.
Let's move into the recaps. Is there any news? What Conor McGregor's ding dong? The White House shit. Didn't John Jones stay? He's like staying in the testing pool because he wants to do the White House fight.
Yeah, he's re-entered the testing pool. He's talking all professionally, acting like all he wants to do is fight. Apparently Dana does not want to put him on the White House card, and that's pissed off John Jones. But surprisingly, he responded to it like, "Oh well, I'm gonna just do my job and stay in the testing portal, and like I'll be a good soldier and hope to get that fight anyway." So I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Not reliable. That's why doesn't want to put him
on. Well, yeah, because he's popped for PEDs a number of times. He's pulled out of fights. He refused to fight, I think, Chael Sonnen when his other scheduled opponent dropped out. He's probably not someone you want headlining what's supposed to be like some kind of mega card, like the Sphere was, or at least a spectacle card.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be catastrophic. I mean, if like he pulled out, we didn't even mention like, his injury that he got in the first Stipe fight, or the first time they were scheduled to fight as well. I mean, it ended up delaying an entire year. Like, especially if they're like actually going to do a card at the White House, like you want something that you can lock in and is going to happen. Like the card can't fall apart, 2 weeks before the card actually happens. And John Jones is very susceptible to that. So yeah, it's I would not put him on that card.
All right, recaps. Fucking real quick, I'm gonna keep talking about them. One Friday Fights 116. This was on July 18th. Just some fun stoppages, of which there are many. So I suggest going and checking it out. Two that stood out: the Isaac Muhammad KO1 over Haruyuki Tanitsu, and then Nahyan Muhammad stops. His name is Adam. That's it. That's his entire name. But those two are brothers, and so they got a good payouts for the knockouts. So that's cool. Pamor E Dang KO1 over Yod Kitty. That's fun. But that's enough of that. Lots of fun knockouts on One Friday Fights. So go check them out. Saturday, July 19th, quickly, PFL Champion Series in Africa kicks off. There's only two fights that I cared about. Dakota Dacheva, UD over Sumiko Inaba, and Costello Vanstinas submits Johnny Eblin. What the hell happened here? I wasn't able to watch this.
Dude, this was crazy. Like, first of all, Dacheva did what she was supposed to do, but I thought both of these fights, the co-main and the main, were gonna go like, a certain way. Like Johnny Eblin was supposed to win. He was a like minus 500 favorite to win. Van Stennis, or Stennis, whatever his name was, he's a kickboxer coming over to fight, and this was an MMA match. I mean, this is an insane upset for him to get a submission win over Johnny Eblin. I mean, who has more MMA experience than him? It's insane. It was very sort of slept on, in social media. I guess not that many people watched it, but I was baffled when I saw it. Especially knocking him out would have been one thing because his striking is really good, but submission win when you have less MMA experience than Johnny Eblin is insane.
Dacheva did re-sign with PFL.
Yeah, dude.
Not cool.
I don't know about this, man. Dacheva, she's really good. We need to see her against better competition, though. Hopefully that contract isn't like for a crazy amount of time, because they're going to be giving her cans over there in PFL.
Oh, maybe nobody watched this because UFC 318 at the Smoothie King Center. They weren't on at the same time, though, so that doesn't work. 318 from the bottom up. Early prelims. Carly Judice KO3 over Nicole Cagliari. My heart breaks. Bruno Ferreira submits Jackson McVeigh in the first. So that's fun. Jackson was a late replacement, right?
Yeah, I think McVeigh was scheduled for, it was some card a few weeks ago, and they moved him to this card because I think his opponent could not make weight, so they just moved him over. So yeah, it's in terms of matchup, it was a late replacement.
Ryan Spann submits Lucas Bresky.
This was a nasty submission. It's like a standing choke. Yeah, I've never seen Bresky fight really, but Ryan Spann was someone that, some time ago was pretty high up. There was some hype behind him because of his power. It's been a rough ride since, but he got the win. He was a nice submission, pretty fast as well.
Jimmy Crute submits Marcin Prachnio. That mullet
dude,
was going wild. Islam Dulatov KO1 over Adam Fugit. It's a nice little knockout.
Yeah, it was nice, man. Like starting prelims, like all finishes. It was a very good indicator for the card.
I think it set a bad tone, just because of how. Well, maybe no, never mind. The fights themselves were all right. Into the prelims. Ateba Gautier stops Robert Valentin. Brutality.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Gautier, like the UFC is starting to get behind him. I don't remember exactly how many fights, but his fight before this I'd seen, and like, man, he's a specimen, man. His physique is insane, and like, you do not want to be getting hit by him. And Valentin is someone that takes like a crazy amount of punches in a fight. And, like, it was not gonna go well. It was a demolition job. He broke him down, finished him on strikes. He looks good, man. I think it's a name to watch out for, Gautier.
Yeah, I agree. Might throw him onto my new face tracker.
Yeah.
Nikolay Veretennikov split decision over Francisco Prado. Brendan Allen UD over Marvin Vittori.
This was a nice fight. They had a nice little like scrap. It wasn't like, it wasn't technical or anything, but it was like a nice like stand and bang fight.
Vinicius Oliveira UD over Kyler Phillips.
Dude, I like this fight. This was
this is good, real good one.
This is one of the ones I had like on my list that I was like telling most people to watch. Dude, it was really good, dude. Oliveira, man, he looks good. He looks good. Kyler is someone I've been a fan of for like a few years now. He's not bad, man, and Oliveira sort of made it look easy. I mean, he almost got the knockout. Was it in like the second round, something like that? He almost got the knockout. Almost finished him. Man, yeah, Oliveira, again, another name to watch out for.
Michael Johnson, UD Daniel Zaluber.
This one was kind of a shocker. Johnson was a plus 500 dog. And I think we were even giving him a solid chance, but like it wasn't even really that close. Like Zellhuber just kind of got run over.
Yeah, the experience. This is the thing with Michael Johnson fights as well. Like you never know what Michael Johnson you're gonna, because I've seen him lose to like absolute cans in the octagon, but like whenever he's on, he's like really hard to beat. And yeah, I mean Zellhuber, on top of him, he had a pretty bad performance, but Michael Johnson just showed up. It was one-way traffic. There was not much that Zellhuber could do about it. Johnson just made smarter. He's got more experience. He looked way better.
That rounds off the prelims. In the main portion, Patricio Pitbull, UD over Dan Ige. I guess you could call that a win. Not a...
Dude.
Go on.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, like, this is not like two fights. Pitbull, his first two fights in the UFC. This is someone that, like, I mean, back in the day, he used to have wars. I mean, his fight with Michael Chandler was a tremendous fight. If you haven't seen that, definitely go watch that. A tremendous fight. But, like, I mean, we just haven't seen, and I know he's older, yes, but we haven't seen even, like, a glimpse of that Pitbull in the UFC yet. I don't know if he's just, like, super cautious about losing or what it is, but, I mean, his two fights that he's had in the UFC have just not been fun. His first fight with Yair was pretty lackluster, and then here, I mean, Dan Ige was trying. He was trying. I mean, we know that it's not Dan Ige's fault. Dan Ige, we know his record. He's in fun fights. We know his record, but Pitbull, I mean, it's just, yeah, it was not a fun fight.
Yeah, I guess you could call it a win. Ugh.
Yeah. He's talking about fighting Aaron Pico as well. He wants to fight him like in a PFL matchup. So I don't, especially after this performance, I don't think the UFC will make that matchup. I don't know who they'll match him up with next, but I gotta imagine the UFC isn't like too crazy on Pitbull at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Daniel Rodriguez beats Kevin Holland.
Dude, Nathan and
Could
I
be-
were talking about. We're talking about this
Potential
fight.
robbery here, yeah.
Yeah, this was a wild fight. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, this one was crazy. So Rodriguez starts the fight very strong, knocks Holland down, clearly wins the first round. The second round could go either way. Both had their moments. I thought Holland maybe got just the very end of it there. But then the third round, I mean, an incredible comeback from Holland, like rocks Rodriguez down to his boots like 3 times. One of them he gets hit, and I mean he basically goes stiff and falls up against the fence while he's standing up. Like I cannot believe that the ref did not wave the fight off there, but he was able to survive and get his way to the decision, and unfortunately that was, 2-1 in Rodriguez's favor. I think even if you give that second round to Rodriguez, there is a genuine argument for a 10-8 round in that third round for Holland, even though there was control time by Rodriguez, because I mean, he was getting bounced around like a ping pong ball. Holland really, really had him hurt.
Yeah. First of all, this was a great fight. They came in, man. They came for a war. Yeah, man, dude. The third round, I'm the same way. I thought D-Rod was out. I mean, he got hurt multiple times. I'm also surprised the ref didn't stop it. But yeah, whenever the fight ended, I'm like, I think I even messaged. I'm like, I'm not sure who even won that fight. Like, I know the fans won, but I have no idea who won that fight. But yeah, I mean, it was a great fight by both. I'm actually surprised this because like I'm thinking back to the Vettori and Allen fight. They gave the Vettori Allen fight of the night, and like this one had crazy moments. Yeah, but it was a great fight.
Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Was that a fight of the night contender?
It wasn't better than the other ones, but I will say we got like glimpses to the old Paulo Costa. Like recently, he's been on some, he just really hasn't been himself. He's not letting his hands go a lot. But in this fight, man, he looked good. He looked back to a little bit of his old fashioned, like the eraser type. That's what people are referencing because that's his nickname. He's going back to that style a little bit more. It was a good performance by him, man. And then Kopylov is not bad. Kopylov has like really deadly kicks. His striking is nice. I mean, he lost to Aaron Hernandez not too long ago, but I mean, otherwise he's been on a tear. But yeah, I'd say this is a nice win.
I mean, he didn't even show up though. That was kind of the frustrating part. Was we finally got a Costa that was ready to bang for 3 rounds, and then Kopylov had like very little resistance for him. So I mean, yeah. On the one hand, it was great to see like an older version of Costa, and I hope we get to see more of that. But it was also like his opponent gave him nothing to work with. It was a pretty one-sided affair.
I'm wondering who they match him up with next though, because I mean, it's not like he's not in contention for a title or anything. He's not even top 5. So I'm wondering how you gonna match this dude up. Is that middleweight?
He is 13th.
Oh, they could do like Unk versus Unk, Paulo Costa, Jared Cannonier.
What about Brendan Allen?
Yeah, I mean that would work too. Yeah, you just got the win over Vettori. He at least got a win. Paulo Costa recently does not look good, but this is the first time he's looked decent. Yeah.
Where's he ranked now after that?
It'll update on Tuesday. But right now he's 13th. I don't think he'll move to be honest, because like they're not gonna put him ahead of DeRitter, and then Allen just beat Vettori. Allen and Vettori will switch. So I don't think he'll move, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, whatever matchup he ends up going to next, it's got to be one that's fan pleasing style, because that's the part of his career now. He's not aiming for a top 5 spot. He's not going to get a title shot.
Yeah.
Give us something that's going to be entertaining. Don't be, trying to put him against his kryptonite.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with him.
All right. In the main event, Max Holloway. Did he sweep? Or no?
Nah, I give a round. I think I had it 4-1 to Max. I forget. It was like one of the middle rounds I gave to Dustin. Yeah, it was. I mean, Max, dominant performance from Max. Very good fight as well. There was moments for both. Whenever Dustin knocked down Max, and then jumped on the neck, I went crazy, because like I imagine if that's the way his career actually ended, like he ended on a win, submitting Max Holloway with a guillotine. I mean that would have been insane. But yeah, it was a great fight, man. A great fight. It was really nice what they did for Dustin too. They had the video package for his retirement. I mean, it was a really nice way. I mean, he walked out. All the fighters were hugging him. It was a nice way to see his career end. He didn't get the win, but it was a war, and that's what we know Dustin Poirier for. He's known for wars.
Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect fight to go out. Like, obviously, Dustin surely preferred to win that one and get one in his hometown, but I mean, he went out on his shield, and he did it against, right from the jump. I mean, immediately face adversity. Like, I'm continually blown away by how good Max keeps proving himself to be, because you think, oh, he's moving up a weight class. He's not gonna have the power anymore. Maybe he's fighting, a different caliber of striker, but he always proves himself to be like he's got the most significant strikes in the UFC for a reason. Like he is one of the most transcendent strikers we've seen, and he is like getting better with age too. Right, he's aging like fine wine. So for Dustin to come up against that, immediately get put down and still hang around on that fight and be competitive, despite the wide cards, like I think I scored it 4-1 as well. But every round, Dustin was landing heat. Like, he was stunning Holloway down to his boots. He just wasn't able to put enough of those shots together to actually, come up with the win here. But still, like, an inspiring performance. That's the way you'd want to see him go out, is on his shield. And, I mean, he's left a legacy. I mean, his era is ending, but, he's going to be remembered for a long time.
His generation, though, they've held on like I don't know, like vice grips.
Yeah, dude, it's sort of insane. Like probably the first time, or like one of the first times we saw him fight, they were trying to do the guard swap, new versus old. I mean, remember his fight with Benoit Saint Denis?
Yep.
Dude, that fight was insane. I mean, Dustin was hurt multiple times, and then in the second round he comes out and just lays BSD out. I mean, that was a stamp, man. I mean, these dudes are hard to beat, man. I mean, whenever I think about old guard, I think about these guys like Dustin Poirier, the Justin Gaethjes. I mean, these dudes are good, man. These top of their division, very, very good fighters, hard to beat. Like, whenever the people that do beat these guys are genuinely like probably like good fighters. But yeah, these guys are leaving behind a legacy that's gonna be hard to overtake. But yeah, dude, I want to talk about Max too, though. Max a good man, real good. He's young, still moving up to a weight division where he doesn't need to cut as much weight. It's definitely healthier for him. I think he's a name we have to consider at lightweight. He's a name that we could potentially see, in the title picture.
Rematching to Poirier?
Potentially. Max, especially, he's calling for it. He said he wants that rematch. I mean, he called in the post-fight interview. He didn't say much, but he mentioned Ilya by name, that he wants that rematch. And I think that's something that the UFC at one point could build to. We could see that fight actually happen, that rematch. And I mean, I'd be here for it.
Anything more for 318?
Dude, goodbye to Poirier, man. I'm gonna miss him a lot. There's not many fighters like him, and yeah, we're not gonna be able to find someone that replaces him. But yeah, we'll see. People will try to get close, but I'll miss him.
All right. Let me do these little notes here. Fucking wherever you're listening, hit us with a follow. It really helps. That's the start of the help. The fucking hopscotch of help. Rating. That's like the easiest thing you could do besides following. Is if you're not feeling 5 stars, 833-589-7637. Tell me why. Give me a chance to fix it. You could leave a review if you're feeling froggy. And lastly, Patreon. Everyone has one. We're no different. LVX Media Net. That's the handle on Patreon. That's the handle on all the social media. And most importantly, I want to get you in the fucking mix here. lvx.be/Discord. Anytime you hear us mention the chat, Discord, the server, this is what we're talking about. So if you want to join, you could go to that link I just said, lvx.be/Discord, or you can join through Patreon and you'll get a special role when you join. All right, we're going to take a little break here. What if a small natural step could make a profound difference in your daily well-being? Many of us grapple with everyday stress, looking for natural ways to support our mood, our mental resilience, and our overall vitality. The answer might lie in nature's wisdom. Support for this episode is from psilocybin, the powerful psilocybin mushroom in a convenient microdosing capsule. Revered in traditional practices, psilocybin is gaining recognition for its remarkable benefits in mental health. With psilocybin, you're choosing a natural path to holistic wellness. I feel it's incredibly important to say that this isn't a substitute for professional medical advice, it's just a really good supplement. Of the 3 blends, I've tried the Inner Peace blend, and I can tell you from the beginning I felt a greater sense of calm and mental clarity. I've been juggling with some unfortunate stressors, and I've been doing it with a lot more resilience. But psilocybin is more than just a supplement, it's a step towards a more harmonious you. If you want to have a look at what psilocybin has to offer, go to lvx.be/psilocybin, that's SOULCYBIN, and use the code LuxMedia to get yourself a nice discount. Help us out a little bit in the process. Take the first step towards inner peace and clarity. Nurture your nature with nature. lvx.be/psilocybin. Use code LuxMedia. Support for this episode is from Ramen Bay. You love ramen, but wish it had more, fresh toppings that take it from good to epic. But who has time for all that chopping and shit? Well, get ready to level up your noodle game with Ramen Bay. It's the ultimate topper that brings big flavor and incredible texture right into your bowl in seconds. Imagine perfectly seasoned beef or seafood, vibrant vegetables, or savory mushrooms, all freeze-dried to lock in peak freshness and flavor. Just sprinkle as much Ramen Bay as your heart desires as you're boiling up your hot ramen, stir, and watch it transform. Pop quiz hotshot. What's tiny, fuzzy, and responsible for a large portion of the food we eat? If you guessed bees, well, you nailed it. Seriously, 1 out of every 3 bites on your plate depends on bees. So there's a bit of bad news here. These little heroes of our gardens and dinners are struggling. Between habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides, it's a fucking bummer. Without them, our world would look a lot different and it would be a lot less delicious. But there is good news. Support for this episode is from Project Honeybees. So when you pick out something nice for someone special, or just something nice for yourself, your purchase adopts a queen bee that you get to name and get to watch over, and you'll support the protection of these extraordinary little creatures. Ready to make a statement and a difference? Go to lvx.be/bees and start browsing for your next gift. Your next favorite accessory can also be a lifeline for our buzzing buddies. Project Honeybees. Get yourself a nice little discount, help us out a little bit in the process, and help save the fucking world. lvx.be/bees. Use code LEO33862. Buzz, motherfucker. All right. Previews. One Friday fights, I tell you all the time. August 1st. That's the start of the day. So that's around 5:30 on the west coast of the U.S. We don't know who these people are yet. They typically don't publish the roster until, I don't know, like a few days before. So it's not available yet. But enjoy. PFL. We are into the 2025 finals. And, man, there's some fun stuff to watch out for. Thad Jean versus Logan Storley. I think that's the welterweight final.
Yeah, dude, I'm watching. I hope Thad wins.
Yeah, same.
Thad, was it? He looked Jaron Jackson or
Jason Jackson.
Jason Jackson. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah,
that impressed. I'm hoping Thad wins that.
Dorley's a pretty darn good wrestler, though, so it's going to be a challenge. He had 2 fights against, who was it? Asmanov, right?
Yes.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the champ.
Yeah, he's actually
Asimov was the champ for a while.
His
he's
wrestling
done pretty well since then.
Yeah.
This is probably. I mean, that's gonna absolutely be in the game plan. I mean, it'll be very interesting because like that is like, man, he's strong, but I mean, yeah, when it comes to like actual technique, Storley is way better at wrestling. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the fight unfolds.
And another quick one Fight Night 34. The PFL starts around 6 on the West Coast, and Fight Night starts about the same time. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. I would say watch the PFL first, and then if you want to go back for the Fight Night, the one Fight Night. All right. Last thing. August 2nd, UFC Fight Night 424 at the Apex. Now, this is an Apex card, but the headline is pretty damn good. I'm pretty excited for this one. Is there anything in the prelims that stands out?
There's some names I recognize, like a few tough fighters, like from the show, but nothing crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, prelims are pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
In the main portion, Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos at featherweight. Here he is. Neil Magny. I was wondering where he went. Versus Elizu Zaleski dos Santos. Little welterweight.
How old is Dos Santos? Is this like an unk-off or something? Yeah. Oof. 38 years old. And
that's not that
we got a
old.
proper unk-off.
Wait, Magny's on.
Oh, yeah, sorry, buddy.
Oh, shit. What was it? Kevin Vallejos. The dude who was like opening the card. That's the name I've been watching. I think I've seen this like I think it was just his last fight that I saw. He looks like he could be good. He's a very educated striker. He has like some serious power. So I think that's, if you're into like watching like new fighters and like seeing them climb the rankings, I think that's a name to watch. Kevin Vallejos.
Moving up the card, Carol Rosa versus Nora Komole. That's a bantamweight fight, so maybe Kayla Harrison's finally going to get some new competition. And Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovics. Fun. Mateus Rebetsky, if I remember his name correctly, versus Chris Duncan at lightweight.
Yeah, Rebecca, he's had some pretty fun fights. He had like one of the fight of the year contenders versus Oral by. I forget exactly when it was, but that was a really good fight. Chris Duncan is also normally pretty exciting, so I think this could be like name value is not a lot, but like in terms of like pure fight, this could be a fun one.
Duncan's last 2 times out, he's got back-to-back guillotines. So he's following. With Dustin gone, we now have a new guillotine master, and Chris Duncan, aka the Problem.
Take the mantle.
Don't be silly.
He is actually solid, but we'll see here.
And headlining Amir Albazi versus Tatsuro Taira.
Dude,
This is actually
This is good.
this one fight does actually carry this card. I don't know if I would actually watch every single fight up to here, but this top one's good. Both guys, active strikers. I'm particularly interested to see how Tyra fits in here because, I mean, if he wins, I think he's ranked 6th right now. He's very close to a title shot. Like there needs to be new, just anything interesting for Pantoja here, and so just the opportunities to see we saw Van step up. I'm really interested to see if Tyra can step up and show us something to give us a little bit of hope that Pantoja could have an interesting fight in the future.
Has he fought Albazi already?
Has he? Oh, not that I recall. Like I know, I think both of these guys are coming off losses though, right? Albazi's coming off the Moreno loss, and then Tyra he should have been on
Royval.
Since the Royval, yeah. And like I don't know, this is like the thing as well because like with Tyra, like we saw like he looked good in the Royval fight, but there were like clear improvements that like we saw could be made to his game, like just small stuff like head movement being one of them. Like his defense could like really use some working on. But like I mean, that's why like whenever like the good fighters actually lose, they improve, and like he's had enough time after that fight where he can make some serious improvements. And if he comes in like with some these small improvements, I mean that he should learn from the lost story of all, I could see Tyra winning this fight, maybe even easily. Tyra, there's a lot of hype behind him, man. And I think the UFC in general is wanting one of these Japanese fighters to actually, contend for a title, if not like flat out win it. So, if he can get this win here, I mean, like Nathan said, it's very exciting for the division. We could eventually lead into a UFC pay-per-view over there in Japan, which would be pretty cool.
That's it for this fight night card. Unless you have anything else?
It's a decent fight night. I mean, I'm not saying like watch every fight, but there's a few fights on here to definitely keep an eye out for. And then the main event is like genuinely good.
All right, let me do this. You've been listening to the Ultimate Effin' Casuals, a Lux Media production. If you'd like to give your thoughts, or you need to let us know how terrible you think our takes are, you can duck us and text the anonymous line at 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, send a voice message or send a voice note in WhatsApp, and we'll see if you're interesting enough to make the final cut of the show. 833-LUX-PODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. That's YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the rest of that bullshit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. Patreon is where you can go to get ad-free episodes and other behind-the-scenes exclusives while directly supporting what we do. LVX Media Net over there, just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out if you check out our ad sponsors. You can also help by giving us a rating and a review on whatever app you're listening on. And last but not least, you can also check out the merch shop. New stuff goes up all the time. Metal intros by Anders Janhunen. The trap intro and the outro are by Middle of Nowhere Beats. And for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. That's where that goes. And heading into a busy Friday. And Saturday we have Fight Night 424. Parting words.
I just have to say really only one thing, and it's thank you, Dustin. So many memories from such a storied career. If I had to share just a favorite unreal moment, I think the second McGregor fight when he knocked him out. I mean, genuinely stunning to me in the moment. I mean, he's given us so many great fights, and I wish him the best in this new chapter of life.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a great way to end this, is like just to talk about Dustin Poirier. I mean, this is a man, like whenever we talk about, being a credit to the sport, this is one of the people at the very top, no outside antics. He's a family man.
Does a lot of
There's really
work.
yeah, exactly. Every fight he contributes to his charity with his foundation. I mean, he's a good human being, and a great fighter. We were lucky to have him. He's some tremendous fights we've seen him in. There's a long list of fights that he's been in. The McGregor fight, the Chandler fight. A personal favorite of mine was the Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker, which was during the COVID era when they were doing fights at the Apex. I mean, that fight, if you haven't seen that one, definitely go check it out, because it was a tremendous fight, but like over COVID, there was no people there, so you were able to hear like all the shots, their corner like telling them instructions. It was a tremendous fight. Definitely go check it out if you haven't. But yeah, this Dustin Poirier, man, what a fighter. We're gonna miss him. But yeah, he can enjoy retirement now.
The first fight of his that I remember seeing was when he lost to Gaethje. That was my first memory of Dustin Poirier. It was him laid out after a big kick. But then he followed that up with Saint Denis, and
Oh yeah,
what a beautiful comeback for a little career mini comeback.
yeah, great fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. That is it for this edition of the Ultimate Effing Casuals. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
See you.